No fast food in 2025. Let's all commit to making that difference and not going through fast food, sit down fast food, or drive through fast food in 2025. Hey, this is Jeff at Below Average. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. Appreciate everybody in the last video that have many new subscribers and people that are liking the video, and so it's passed on to others. This is where you can come and we can talk about people that I feel or you feel maybe as you're a below average earner, just not making enough, things are struggling for inflation, all the different issues that are out there in the world dealing with money, and that we can make a difference in our retirement by making simple changes. And this is a big one, folks, a big one. No fast food in 2025. Like I said, I'd like to make a commitment to you that my wife and I will not be eating in 2025 fast food, and you can do the same. And let's just throw them all out there, folks. Throw them all out there. Big one. McDonald's is a huge one. Wendy's, Arby's, you got Culver's, Burger King, Sonic, any of the pizza joints. My gosh, a ton of them. Even seafood places. The big ones are at the beginning. Obviously, McDonald's is on every corner. You got the burger. You got all those Wendy's, all those fast foods. They're all over the place. I want to give you an example here in Michigan. I can't believe this. Big Mac used to be 30 years ago. Big Mac was awesome. Used to be my thing. I used to eat it all the time. In Michigan, to get a Big Mac meal now, it will cost you, when you figure the taxes, it'll cost you $10 to $12 range. That's you walking in or going through the drive-thru and getting it. Please don't be using the Uber or the Grubhub or DoorDash or any of those to go get that. You will be adding $2 to $3 to maybe $4 onto that. Can you imagine paying $15 or $16 for one of those little meals that are not healthy, not good for you, and you're not sitting in the place to try to get a free refill on your pop? So don't use any of those Grubhub, Uber Eats, any of those. But back to the actual cost. That is absolutely ridiculous. When you see that those individuals that are working in there, they are making the bare bone minimum that any of these industries will pay, and you're having to pay that kind of price for fast food. Unbelievable. There's no difference between if you go to the McDonald's or you go to the Burger King to get the Whopper meal. Extremely costly. Wendy's, same thing. If you get any other sizable meals, you got smaller stripped down stuff you can end up getting and saving a few bucks here and there. Sure, but that's not something that's going to fill you up. That's nothing that's even still good for you. Remember, all this stuff seems to be not good for you at all. And if you eat enough at McDonald's, I swear it's like you pass out and you wake up, you're going back through the drive-thru again. There's something in the food that seems to make it somewhat addicting for you to be able to keep going back through. Obviously, the ease is part of it, but no more. No more. Oh, another Kentucky Fried Chicken. This is crazy. I don't even have one in my area, but I was looking at on up the closest one to get 8-piece chicken with tenders and the sides. Minimal $40. 40, and the chicken it's like a mini chicken now. It's not like it was back 40 years ago. Remember, for me in my mid 50s, you go back 50 years ago. I remember I used to get a ton of food. My parents did all the time to be able to end up eating like that. So no more. Definitely none of that. Even like Subway, $10 for a foot long. I remember not too many years ago, that was $5, $6. $10 for a foot long. Absolutely not. Cannot do it anymore. Cannot do it. So here's where this is why I always like to look at the angle of what can you do in response to not eating that type of food. What can you get? What can you save? And then the big one, because we're in the position, we don't want to work more hours. We don't have to try to work harder. We want to work smarter. So by saving money, investing the difference for somebody like in mid 50s, that we're not far from retirement, these are simple things to add for retirement, let alone if you're younger. So let me give you an example. Go back to that spending $10, $11 on that McDonald's Whopper meal or any of those type of meals that are junk food. It is junk food. Might taste good at first, but it's junk food. If you can go to your local grocery store and buy a packet of chicken breast, you go and buy just make it simple, a can of either like green beans, corn, some type of little side vegetable dish. And then you look at baked potato, making your own baked potato, buying a big bag at your local place with all the fixings you want to put on there. I did, at least in my area, my wife and I have been doing this a lot, so I know the cost down. To have one chicken breast, to have a third of a can on your plate of any of those type of vegetables, and to end up buying the baked potato with all the fixings you want, or one each of those on your plate. Remember, chicken breast, a third of the can of whatever you bought, and a full-size baked potato with all the fixings will come, and you're paying regular price. I'm not talking sale price. You're paying regular price. That will be close to $3 only. Let alone if you can end up getting the chicken clearanced, maybe a little bit more on sale. You can get the can, not paying the full price for a can. You end up buying an off-brand. That'd save drastic some money. And then obviously, the baked potato. At my location, which is a Meijer that I use for groceries, probably I'm going to say 3, 4, 5 times in the last 6, 7 months, their 10-pound bag of potatoes have been down to under $4 to buy. So that would bring that price down lower. So I'm just looking at regular price. I'm not looking at having to hustle and try to end up, okay, what am I going to do to get this cheaper? Regular price. And I guarantee you a full breast chicken with a decent baked potato and a third can, that will fill you up a lot more than going through that fast food place and being done with it within. And that you do not want to leave around long and eat later. It tastes terrible later. You throw it in your fridge, you're just going to throw it away. But if you have the chicken, baked potato, and like I said, a third of a can of any of those that I mentioned, boom. If you don't eat it all, you can easily put that away and you bring it out for your next meal later, what you have left, or a snack, quick warm up, and it'll be good to go. But back to this, where are we looking to save money to make a decent impact on our future while we still reap the rewards of something good and valuable? Here it is. Obviously, that home cooked little meal with the chicken breast, baked potato, the can, I know I keep saying it, that meal specifically for $3 is going to be so much better for you and your body than that crap food at the fast food and all the drive-through and the sit-down crap. So $3 versus, I'm even being generous to the fast food places on saying $10 for like that Big Mac meal. I'm being generous. So $10, that's a $7 savings per meal. So this is where I want you to think in your mindset. This is why I want you to think, how can I invest more for my future? How can I eat better to make myself healthier as I'm getting older? And how can I do all this without having to work more hours at work, having to not end up, taking something drastic out of what I'm doing to invest more for your retirement? So remember, we're working smarter, not harder. So here it is, $7 savings from the meal cooked at home versus the fast food meal, $7. If you're an individual that goes through twice a week, which is very common for people, especially if you are already working hours because you got all these things you don't need and you're working crazy hours and it's not going to your future. It's going to things as of now, all your bills. Twice a week is normal. That's $14 a week. You times that by 52 weeks, divide that by 12 months, approximately $60. Stick that into an investment, just as a hypothetical, 12% over simple, very simple, 20 years. So somebody like at my age now, I'm in my mid 50s, that would put me in my mid 70s. So I'd look at that difference. So I'm looking, you're 50, you're going to retire at 70, or that's when you're going to pull the money out. But that 20 years, that savings, $14 a week times 52 weeks divided by 12, $60 a month at 12% over that 20-year time frame is $59,000, not eating fast food junk. on top of, you can't put a number on how much healthier you're going to be and how you're going to feel better about yourself, how you're going to gain a little knowledge maybe in small different cooking things and what you like and don't like for you and your spouse. That's just you. I'm not talking buying for you and your spouse. That is you yourself. $59,000 a year. Can you imagine that? Now, can you imagine if it's you and a spouse twice a week running through doing something like that? The savings not only doubles, the end result's going to be that it's going to be more. You're looking at about $118,000 more in retirement over 20 years by not eating fast food twice a week for two people. Imagine if you're in your 20s and 30s and you got a family and you got kids and you take them running through there all the time and dropping $40, $50, $60 once or twice a week because you're having to work so much you can't end up cooking the meals. Stop it. This is the year you make the challenge that you will not buy fast food at all. No drive-through, no fast food, none of it. Don't do it. Save that money. Figure out and other foods to make. I just gave you a simple example of how easy it would be just to make a chicken breast, a baked potato, and the can of food. You can expand that to other things. It doesn't have to be that as much savings. What if it cost you $5 because you had a little higher end steak that you cut in half or something? All kinds of different possibilities. That was a simple one. And if you don't have, if you are not being able to make your bills, be able to pay them, and you're not worried about, I can't even put money away for retirement, that savings alone per week or per month will help go towards a credit card. $60 a month. Most people, their credit card payments, they might have multiples, but you'll be able to work on paying one off. And you're not have worked 1 hour more, not 1 hour more to be able to do that. This is, on this channel, is where we're trying to talk about simple things to do for people that are average or below average earners. We're getting later on in life. We're not going to end up making millions, nothing like crazy like that, to where we can find simple ways to make simple savings to greater our retirement or maybe even pay off your bills now. This is simple. This is something you can choose not to do by not going through that drive-through. I don't care if you have a coupon. Or Burger King, huge for coupons. Wendy's, here's another simple example if you want to look at it. Wendy's on Tuesday, you buy one chili, you get one free. It sounds good. It is good. It's in the high $4, $5 by me. So you get 2 for $5. You think, oh well, only $2.50 in a cup. You realize that $5 you just spent, you can make 4 or 5 times more of the same thing at home, and you can eat more of it if you want, or you can spread it out. Whatever you got to do. Massive savings there. So there is no discount that any of these people can give. There is no coupon that they can do to end up offsetting anything that you can do, and you can make better, and you can save the difference of money and put it away for retirement. Simple. And I'll throw one more rant in there. This is what got me onto this a few years ago. I used to love going through McDonald's when they dropped their large pops to $1. Simple, easy access, run through. It was $1. And randomly I'd buy a stupid sandwich. Now when those idiots decide to get greedy and say, you know what, we're upping it to $1.10, $1.20, $1.29, $1.39. There's places in Michigan it's $1.49 for that same thing that they're probably making for less than 10 cents. That's what put the nail in the coffin for me not going through McDonald's. I have not bought nothing for McDonald's, a pop or anything, and probably getting close to 2 years now after that ticked me on off. So you need to find something that's going to tick you off to make that change. This should be it. They are robbing you of your retirement. You don't even realize it. All these companies robbing you. Stop it. You're the one going out and working every week. You're working hard. You're making money for yourself, and you're making a lot more for the company you're working for. And these are the changes you can make to make the difference for yourself, for your future, not them. Screw them. Don't worry about them. Don't even think about it. You'll be feeling much happier and healthier, and you'll be able to see progress over time on your savings and the commitment you made. So here I ask, let's hold each other accountable for not going through. And maybe in 90 days or something, I'll make another update, or I'll mention something about where my wife and I sit. And through the comments, you too can make the difference. There are so many people that are reading the comments and replying and making comments on the comments about the things that they have done. There's things that I've seen that I didn't think about, that I've learned, that other people will see now and they can do. So this whole thing is for a whole community to get together to make that stop and better off your retirement. This is for you and your family. Retirement is soon for everybody, no matter how young you are or definitely how old you are. You know it's coming close. So, in the end, sorry about my ranting, but in the end, please like, subscribe, comment down below. After the last video, I have physically seen where people just liking the video, getting pushed out, subscribing, that YouTube pushes out the video, that more people are seeing things and making comments down below that other people are able to learn, understand, and to see. Even if they can't apply some of that, it gets them thinking. It gets them thinking on what can they do that maybe no one else has said, that they can turn around and help others. This is how we do it, folks. This is how the race to retirement is going to be won by you. Thank you once again. This is Jeff at Below Average. Have a great night.